Yeah, don't you remember? Elevator go up.
Weird Realities Network presents Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales, where we pull up a log, roast a marshmallow, and settle in as these two blondes talk spooky tales, urban legends, and classic horror icons. Exciting guests, perky blondes, and sinister tales makes this podcast as good as a double stack s'more. So let's join Bethany and Crystal as they gather around the campfire in Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales. This is Season 2, Episode 11. We're going to talk about the Jersey Devil today. If we have time, we have a couple other topics.
I don't know why I felt that we needed to cheer for the Jersey Devil, but...
You know what? Let's do it again. Hey, guys, we're going to talk about the Jersey Devil today. Woo! Anyway,
make a drinking game. Just, grab a sip of water every time we talk about it.
Something, yeah. Okay, well, I just shared the link with Mom and Dad, so hopefully they get on there. We're going to talk about the Jersey Devil, but I did want to kind of recap a couple things. I don't know who all knows or who all is part of this, but I got to do Comic-Con for the first time. Tucson Comic-Con. My very first Comic-Con. That was so much fun. Rikki actually helped out on one of the days, and he was a big help. Aww. It was super awesome. We had like a prize wheel, and what I thought was really funny is we promoted my books, but we also promoted this podcast. So we talked about Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales, and surprisingly, so many people were really excited about this podcast. So they were stoked to find out about it. They wanted all the information on it.
Is it really that surprising, though? I mean... We're kind of awesome.
We are pretty awesome.
We are. We're pretty awesome.
Hey, Mike.
Hi, Mike. I think Mike would agree. We're kind of awesome.
Pretty awesome, yeah. But one of the things that we had on the pinwheel or the prize wheel was for people to choose if they wanted like free stickers or something, or if they wanted to do a little skit on the podcast or have like a little shout out on the podcast. And we surprisingly had quite a few people who were excited to be part of the podcast. So once I learned how to edit videos,
we'll get this. Yeah.
Rikki was supposed to help me out, and he would have, but I had a migraine that day, so he wasn't able to come over and help me out. But yeah, so once I learned how to edit videos, I'm going to definitely put together a reel. I'm excited. There was a lot of really positive engagement with Tucson Comic-Con, and to see so many people, like so many cosplays and outfits and just how excited people were, it was really, really cool. So we really got to talk about Weird Realities. We got to talk about this podcast. I'm excited to share. If anyone is new here, definitely do a shout out or tag yourself. If you did one of the videos, I would love to tag you in the video once we come out with it. Same thing with the Jerome Hotel, the haunting thing. I know Jen, she's working on some stuff. I'm trying to edit videos, but guys, I am not tech savvy. Like this is what I can do right here. So
we all have our specialties with tech.
Yeah, and technology and I are not. We don't get along, so I try.
So I have a random question for you about the Comic-Con and cosplay. Did you see a group walking around dressed like Pokemon Go?
No.
Like there would have been I want to say Jigglypuff, but I don't think that's Pokemon.
Jigglypuff is Pokemon.
Oh, okay. Jigglypuff is good. So a Jigglypuff and a smartphone that has the Pokemon Go. I mean, they were dressed as a smartphone with the Pokemon Go, and then a Pokemon Go player.
Hi, I didn't see any. On the one day that I was there, I didn't see any.
It's just friend of the show that has been on here before, Nicole Andelfinger. That was her family. They were wandering around there at the Tucson Comic-Con.
Her family.
I've never watched her play Pokemon. Ever.
I know Pikachu. And that's what I know.
One of our cousins actually has this long-standing cosplay that he wants to do. It was better when Pokemon Go first came out. And the idea was he was a guy who was all beat up, road crashed all over, and things all over. Essentially, it's the epitome of a person who's always on the Pokemon Go and not paying attention to where they're going.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was I was DD for a bachelorette party when Pokemon Go was pretty new, and all the bride and the other people wanted to do was play Pokemon Go. So I was driving them around town to different parks at midnight to play Pokemon Go.
Their little battles and things.
I mean, I had fun. I wasn't playing. I was, babysitting people that were intoxicated, and it was still a lot of fun. But I was just like, okay, apparently this is what we're doing.
All I know from Pokemon Go is one time Jason, our nephew, was in the car with me, and I was driving somewhere in Oro Valley, and I was in like a parking lot, and he was like, I was driving too fast, apparently. I was just trying to get somewhere. And he was like, can you slow down a little bit? I'm supposed to be walking right now.
Yeah.
I was like, that is totally cheating right now.
It is.
That became like a huge thing that like if you were going too fast, the Pokemon Go wouldn't work because people were. I actually do know somebody that got into a car crash because they were playing Pokemon Go. All they hit was a curb, and it was just their car, but still. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really recognize that
don't
you
drive
weren't
and play
walking.
Pokemon Go, you guys. It's not a good idea.
Don't try to play Pokemon Go. That was like me, and I had a Harry Potter one kind of like that, and I could like battle Dementors and like make potions and stuff like that. That was the motivation to get me to go outside and walk, was to play this stupid game because I needed to get like the next potion to battle the dragon.
If it motivates you to get some more activity in your life, it's not a bad thing, honestly. I think we can all use a little bit more activity in our lives. So,
yeah. Sorry, as we just started, I got a message from my work, so I'm like trying to deal with a work issue right at this exact moment. I'm so sorry. I think I got it.
You're not on the clock.
That doesn't matter.
I know.
Yeah,
I know when you're in your position, it doesn't matter, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Not on the clock. Leave you alone.
there is no business hours for me. I get text messages anywhere from midnight to midnight the next day. So literally.
Gotcha.
But I think I got
it. Back to your Comic-Con story. I'm sorry. I got us.
Well, now Ricky's messaging me.
Ricky, why are you messaging her? We're live.
He says I'm lagging. Am I lagging a little bit?
Sometimes you lag a little. Not very often.
Well, I don't know how to fix that, so we're just gonna deal. Anyway, so once I get the videos put together, I am going to, I don't know if I'll do it during a show or if I'm just going to do like a special feature of it and just post it. I'm not sure. It'll just kind of depend on my tech savviness at the time.
Well, I think the people that won a shout out on the show need to have shout outs on the show.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll do it. Yeah, I just need to figure out how to play the video while we're live.
Okay.
Which I think if I play it on my screen and I share my screen, I should be able to do that.
We did that before, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I did that mermaid siren thing, but that was a TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can figure it out.
Oh, yeah. We'll get something worked out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And there were some really cute ones and some really cool ones, too. I like the mushroom ladies.
Oh, fun.
The hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were awesome.
What I really liked, this was actually on Friday before you joined. There was this guy who showed up, and he was there with his little brother, and he was so excited to tell us like this joke about Super Mario, and he was like the sweetest person ever. And then like he left, and we didn't think anything of it. And then like literally 4 or 5 hours later, this kid comes back, and he's like, check out my little Pokemon that I bought at the booth down the way. He was so excited to show off his Pokemon. And I thought that was just the coolest thing. I was like, oh my God, thank you for thinking of us and coming here. So I give him more stickers.
And that's the thing. Bethany had like all these stickers. They were like horror themed and Sasquatch, Bigfoot themed. And those things went like crazy.
People love stickers.
Hello. People love stickers. I have so many stickers. Like
I had to overnight more stickers. Because I ran out.
I remember you contacted me about that. You're like, yeah, I'm overnighting stuff because I ran out of stickers, and you ran out of the bracelets too, right?
No, I still have quite a few bracelets, but I ran out of the keychains. So the keychain, the fidget keychains and the lighter keychains went well. But I do have to give a shout out to Scott Baker, our fellow weird kid, because it was his suggestion to do the prize wheel. So the prize wheel is literally, that's what like brought the kids over. And then it was like the dads bought the book.
Yeah. And everybody was like, come on, you want to spin the wheel.
I know. People love that prize
doesn't want to spin a wheel?
It was pretty fun. And the peer pressure, watching the peer pressure on some of these groups of people where it was like, everyone said no. And one person be like, yeah, I want to spin the wheel. Oh, Rikki's got the bracelets.
That's what I was doing. I'm like, I gotta get these on.
But then like the one person would spin the wheel and then suddenly everyone's like, well, I want to spin the wheel too. And they were like kind of bumping into each other so they could spin the wheel. I'm like, that's peer pressure at its finest right there.
Right? That's positive peer pressure. We like
positive peer pressure. Yolanda says her daughter's selling at Pokemon Theme Con in October. It's so matching Pokemon things. Did you crochet it, Yolanda? Like, I know you do crochet too, but what other stuff do you make? I don't know. Before
sorry. I was just going to say, like, since we're still kind of on the topic of Pokemon a little bit and now crafting stuff, like there's a craft studio that I go to locally, and the owner sells a lot of things at local craft shows, and she went to the local Comic-Con and was selling Pokemon themed wine glasses.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they were selling really well.
Nice.
So, I wonder if they were regular Pokemon or if they were like drunk versions of themselves, or
So it was more like there weren't pictures of the Pokemon on there. It was more like color themes of the different characters, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Probably doesn't, but
no, it does.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, because she like me, she works with resin a lot. So it was but
resident evil.
Oh gosh.
Sorry.
Wanda says she crochets everything, but she also has art. Oh, Wanda, hold on. Wait, let me.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Meanwhile, Indy's going to say hi.
Indy said, "I'll just take over. It's fine."
Wanda, I'm crocheting a blanket.
Ooh.
I know. A coworker at my today, she was like, "So how are you?" And I was like, I crochet a lot now. So that's my life.
That's a better response that I had today. My boss asked me that exact same question and I started crying. I'm stressed.
Oh, yeah. Crochet and Bruce.
So
that helps you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Wanda. Wanda's got all of her bags. I totally forgot what I was going to add on. We were talking about, just in case anyone wants to know, I'm going to try to be at the Wild West Steampunk Comic-Con. Hold on, I got the
Yeah, you said that one's in March.
Yes, and
I believe
Crystal and I are working on somehow getting some of her artwork there. So if any of our new followers are in Tucson, I'm sure it's probably backwards.
No, it's showing up.
No, we can read
it is.
Steampunk Halloween. Yeah, remember that's why we can't remember which direction we need to point because everything's so hard.
Well, at the same time, Indy's like right here and he's like bumping his head on it. So I'm trying to promote it.
And that was the Wild West Steampunk Con?
Yes, Steampunk Halloween. Steampunk Halloween. Visit us at wildwestcon.com.
And it's in March in Tucson. Correct.
In Tucson, yeah. So my vendor next to me, Zoe and Moto, the other vendor, those two literally just took me under their wing and they helped me out so much. So I'm so thankful for the two of them. Rikki, you met them both.
You mean during the power outage?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But they helped me out so much. And Zoe is actually one of the people who kind of works with this. And so she was letting me know. So I'm trying to get into that one. And we're trying to work out something so Crystal can get some of her art that she does, like her resin work and things like that. We're trying to work something out. We got to see how shipping is and everything. So if you want like an original Crystal creation. Yeah.
Here's one.
Yeah. Cool. Or like cool coasters. I gotta find my coasters. They're over there, but
I do have one coaster right here because I'm using it. Hold on. Here's one of my coasters.
Yes, that looks those are the coasters I have. They're so awesome.
This is an extra one from the ones I made you.
It's your showpiece or your demo.
Exactly. No, so if anyone is wanting any of Crystal's originals or any more copies of my book, I'll have more of those available. I'm trying to get into this con so that way we are available for it. And Indy's booty will not be on my face right there. Good grief. So anyway, that's just kind of shout out for that con. We'll try to get into it. If anyone's local in Tucson and they want to check it out, come check it out. We'll try to be there for it. Londa says, I have a hard time making blankets because of ADHD. Bored with repetition.
By the way, one of them had turned off the debates just to watch us.
Oh, really? Where did you see that
at? It wasn't on there. It was this personal text.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, that makes me feel special. I forgot that we're going up against the debate right now.
Well,
I mean, which
a
would
couple
you
blondes
rather
are the
watch?
presidents, like. Yeah.
You want actual blondes, or you want ones that act like blondes? No.
There you go.
Depends on what you want.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the news that we have so far. Jersey Devil.
Oh yeah, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, we had a whole topic planned. Only 20 minutes into our episode.
But talking about your experience at Comic-Con, I think was important. So
I think it's fun, especially since a lot of people were introduced to Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales, and a lot of people were really excited about it. So
yeah, we should totally get that set up for the next one if we can.
Yeah. So
So
we should have all the shout outs and everything, knock on wood, by next episode in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Andy.
But to talk about the Jersey Devil, the cryptid you know, the cryptid you love, I feel like he's like the true American cryptid because he's been around since the 1700s. And I do feel like, unlike some of the other cryptids in America, like Bigfoot and Chupacabra, it's very much a colonial cryptid. So, the white people brought their diseases, but they also brought their cryptid.
Colonial transmitted disease.
And that's the American way right there.
That's the American way.
Colonial transmitted cryptid. There we go.
White people brought their diseases and their cryptid.
You thought there was going to be no patriotism because you weren't watching the debate.
Oh man.
But the Jersey Devil stories go back to like the back to like the 1730s, like 1735. So it's been a long time. And the story is that Mother Leeds was having her 13th child and was sick and tired of having children and made an offhanded comment about like, curse this child, I don't want any more children. And so the devil said, bet. And there are two different stories about like regarding the birth of the Jersey Devil. The first one is that when the baby was born, it came out deformed, and it had the hooved feet and the wings, and it just was like, you wanted a demon child, and then it flew up the chimney. The other version is that it was born normally, but then as it started to grow, it started to look like the creature. If you're not familiar with the description of the Jersey Devil, it's a creature that has hooved feet, has wings, has a head that looks weird, and stands pretty tall, probably like 6 feet-ish tall. Thank you. That's a head that looks weird.
One.
I did not lie. That is
looks like a camel.
Yeah, that's the Wikipedia Jersey Devil. So that hasn't been confirmed.
So, and then before it left, it beat the whole family. The Leeds family beat them. Yeah. See, weird head is not incorrect. I'm just saying.
This one's a little more badass.
Okay.
I like this one. I saved this one's Jersey Devil.
Yeah. I like that one. I do like that one. And then again, flew up the chimney, left. Another variation is that it killed and ate the whole Leeds family before it left. So that is the Jersey Devil origin story. It was called the Leeds Devil until the early 1900s when the story started to spread beyond Jersey, and that's when it became known as the Jersey Devil.
So if it killed and ate everybody,
yeah,
how did they know that she said, darn this devil or whatever?
Well, that leads into my question. When did it eat all the family? Did it wait till it was old enough to be able to eat all the family, in which case the story could have been passed? Or was it like born and then ate 12 children into adults?
That's a lot of eating. So like the midwife or whatever could have escaped and been the one to tell the story.
Oh yeah, true. No one thinks of that. Good job. I love what Mike says right here. He goes, "What to listen to? The debate or something entertaining?"
By the way,
not doing this.
So for those of us who aren't Gen Z or millennial, what Crystal said regarding bet apparently means an expression used for affirming a statement or agreeing to something, a confirmation.
Yeah. So, I apologize. Was that too millennial of me for you?
I'm Gen X, and even I had to look at it.
Although technically, Crystal and I, we're on the cusp of Gen X and millennial. Like we are.
Yeah, we're older millennials.
I think
the Zennials, is that what they call us?
There's like no one can put us in a category.
Yeah.
They're like, you're millennial, and then they're like, you're Gen X, and then finally they're like, you're zillennial, but then no one knows what zillennial is. So
meanwhile, I'm from Generation Extreme.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because, but I mean, it does kind of make sense because we still we grew up in a lot of the ways that like Gen X did. Still, like that some of the like younger millennials didn't. Like a lot of us didn't have home computers and stuff like that. when we were younger, where some of the younger millennials always had a computer. So
yeah,
I kind of understand the distinction, but at the same time, I'm like, whatever. I'm not getting into that nitty gritty. Like, I'm a millennial, and I'm an old one.
Exactly. We're your elders, as this one lady says. We are your elders.
I know the elder millennials. That always makes me laugh.
So anyway, back to Jersey Shore, or I'm sorry, Jersey Devil. I was reading. Back to Jersey
Devil. Be our topic.
We're all pumping for the Jersey Devil. Mike's all go Boomers.
Go Boomers.
You know what? This is what I love about the show. Everybody comes together.
By the way, Bethany and Crystal, I'm sending you a picture that John sent. It showed our discussion earlier as to how we look in our video. This is what he sees, and we all look awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. When it comes through, I'll see if I can post it or something. So anyway, Jersey Devil. Yeah, so we figured out that we don't know if it's going to be born right now, or I'm sorry, if it was born and then it grew up a little bit, or if it was born and killed the family right away and left. We haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, well, because there's stories going both ways. I mean, this did happen in the 1730s. So, this happened before we were even a country. So details get jumbled up.
I'm like,
that was such a Back to the Future moment right there. Anyway, so yeah, we don't know how. Yeah, there's several different versions of the story. Mm-hmm. Rick, did you have any other different versions, or is yours pretty much kind of lined up?
Well, I mean, yeah, the ones I was looking at was very similar to that. The child transformed into this creature and flew away into the pine lands. But it added to it, though, the Jersey Devil activities. Like, he's been seen and felt in many towns, said to raid farms and chicken coops, destroy crops, and kill animals. And while I was reading this, I was like, it's like the chupacabra with wings.
Yeah.
Let's see, Jersey Devil's death. Some reports of the Jersey Devil's death have been inconclusive. Let's see, include in the Jersey Devil origins. Another one was includes a town cursing a young girl who fell in love with a British soldier during the Revolutionary War. Another one was a gypsy cursing a girl who didn't give her food. That one's kind of common.
Another classic tale.
The reputation was reinforced by parents warning their children to come home before it gets dark, or the Jersey Devil is going to get you. So, the Boogeyman.
Yeah.
I don't want the Jersey Devil to come get me. Like, in any depiction, the Jersey Devil looks horrifying, honestly.
Well,
right?
Okay, and so like the only knowledge I had of the Jersey Devil before coming into this,
Mine doesn't really show. Kind of like a gnome.
Oh yeah.
Yours looks like from Percy Jackson, the one with the hooves for the feet. What's it called?
That's a satyr, but yes.
Satyr, yeah.
Or a fawn.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, that one is kind of a little bit like a satyr. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my impression of the Jersey Devil was X-Files, and it was a person.
Yeah.
It was a group of people
one.
who were basically like cavemen. Like they had no connection to the outside world, and they were just like basically just cavemen, pretty much, who lived in the Jersey woods.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, I'm familiar with the X-Files version, and then I'm more familiar with the actual stories. But I was listening to some podcasts and doing some research, obviously, for our episode today. And they were mentioning, they were like, well, because they talked about the X-Files episode on one of them. And they were like, because with the X-Files, they were always trying to find explanations. Like they would talk about a bunch of different like legends and things, but they would always try to find like reasonable explanations. So they were like, yeah, so in the X-Files, they just basically had them like Neanderthals that were still living in the Pine Barrens, so that it would be like an actual explanation and something realistic. Which I do think the X-Files does that a lot. Not always, but they do.
I wonder if there's a relation between, because you said also Jersey Devils with the Pine Barrens, if it has any relation or inspiration for Stephen King for It, where the kids are from the Barrens. I don't know.
No, I've definitely thought about that before because, obviously it takes place in Maine, but yeah, like thinking about the Barrens in It does make me think of the Pine Barrens in New Jersey personally. Mm-hmm. And I think they're very similar areas because they're very heavily wooded areas. Right. And the Pine Barrens, even today, like teenagers will go and, do things they don't want adults to know that they're doing out there. But it's easy to get lost. And apparently something else I came across in my research, there was an episode of The Sopranos where they went and took a body there or something.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I've never seen The Sopranos.
I haven't seen it yet.
But it was mentioned.
It's been a while.
So Mike says that the Jersey Devil lives in the Pine Barrens, at least the one that is in the Stephanie Plum novels. I heard of
Stephanie Plum novels. Those are good. I don't remember one where the Jersey Devil was mentioned, though. Maybe that's one I haven't read.
Huh. Just a total weirdness on that is there was a video game based off of it. And essentially, you play the Jersey Devil, and his primary mission is to stop Dr. Narf and his army of mutated vegetables and prehistoric monsters. You can punch, jump, glide, that sort of stuff. So he's like the purple cat-like bat thing. It's kind of cool, but
purple cat bat.
All right, let's see if we can find that.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I don't think that there was a Supernatural episode about the Jersey Devil, which kind of
think so either.
That, like, thinking about it, I'm like, I'm really surprised Supernatural never touched on the Jersey Devil.
I think they did like urban legends for the first season and a half, and then after that, it was more of the storyline with some random legends thrown in there.
Yeah,
like more folklore type thing, because they didn't do Mothman or anything either.
That's true. That's the Jersey Devil from the video game. He kind of looks like Bugs Bunny.
Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah. Sorry, trying to get it to focus.
What'd you say, Crystal?
I said he looks like Bugs Bunny with wings and a spiked tail.
Video game.
There you go.
Yeah, that's fair. I think Jersey's hockey team is the Devils. Like they're the Jersey Devils.
Oh, really?
That would make sense. That'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So now, do you guys know of any? Have you like read anything on any encounters that people have had with the Jersey Devil? Like, what is expected to be encountered from it?
Well, like I said, it was raiding chicken coops and stuff like that. But in that area, what are the animals? Are there foxes and stuff? Is this coyote? Not coyotes. It's the wrong part of the states. But I mean, things that would be doing this sort of stuff. Wile E. Coyote.
So, so the one that I've heard, the animal that I've heard that it might actually be it's a specific type of crane, and I meant to write it down, but it's a specific type of crane that comes through there like during like migratory season, and they're huge. I want to say the sandhill crane.
Sounds right.
The sandhill crane. So some people think that it might actually be the sandhill crane, and just like people, it's a weird bird that's gigantic that people in that area aren't necessarily used to seeing because it just passes through and isn't there for very long. But that's the only, I think, and then like the great horned owl is, so people keep thinking, like mentioning birds that might be being mistaken for the Jersey Devil. And I do think that's because, every time they're talking about the wings. Like
right.
There's different descriptions of the Jersey Devil, just like there is for pretty much any cryptid out there. But it always goes back to it having wings. So it makes sense that if it's not an actual devil, that it's, a bird. And they have long legs too. Like it's birds with long legs and
that would be the natural assumption. If you see something flying, like flapping its wings, you're not going to think, oh, Jersey Devil. Like you're going to think it's a bird or something. Even what was it, Superman? First thing they said, it's a bird, it's a plane, right?
Right.
That's my correlation.
So I was trying to look up sightings and stuff, and all it said was the Jersey Devil is said to roam in the New Jersey Pinelands, and many people have told others of scary encounters on dark nights in the wilderness of the pines. That was it.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's honestly not a lot about encounters other than people are like, oh yeah, I saw it, or like Rick was talking about with, the chicken coops and things like that.
Right.
One thing that I came across though, oh no, I have a cramp.
No.
Okay,
drink water. Yeah.
Hopefully there's water in there.
There's
and
educational.
Yeah.
Did you not hear the ice? But one thing that was actually really sad and I hadn't heard about before, there was like kind of a circus show in Pennsylvania, early 1900s, and they basically harnessed like a pair of like leather wings onto a kangaroo, and they would like poke the kangaroo. They would charge people to come to this, and so they'd like poke the kangaroo to get a reaction out of it, and just very quickly like show people this kangaroo that was freaking out because it was being poked and tortured, and it had wings on it, and it was a dark room with like not very good light, and then they would shut the curtains really fast and they'd be like, oh, it's the Jersey Devil. And I'm like, that poor kangaroo was being tortured. And it like,
but have you seen
so
how
sad
strong a kangaroo is?
Oh yeah,
That's with kangaroos.
Yeah, but still.
I mean, the kangaroo was in a cage, so
I mean, don't do that.
Yeah. But don't mess with kangaroos in general just because they don't deserve it. But yeah.
Well, I just meant because they could kick your ass.
Well, okay, so
my mom had a kangaroo clutch her once, like just grab onto her. And it took 6 full-grown men to get that kangaroo off of her. She hates kangaroos.
Yeah, and then you got wallabies, which are the small versions. But see, that's the thing. The kangaroo can be like 6 to 7 feet tall. They're huge,
and they're muscular, man.
Yeah, and the Jersey Devil is expressed to be about 6 feet tall, with like horses, kangaroo. So yeah, very much like that.
No, I get it. And the strong legs, and then the tail. So all they did, they just had to add some wings, and in a dark room that's not lit well, and it's really fast. I could totally see how a kangaroo could pass for the Jersey Devil, honestly.
I'm just going to post this because I know Rikki already saw freaking Mike. In Arkansas, we have giant mosquitoes that will drain young children of blood and carry them off.
Well, once their blood has been drained, they're a little bit lighter, so it's easier to carry them. So until then,
how young is a young child? Are we talking like 1 or 2?
And now they have the blood of children to give them strength.
Oh my gosh, Mike.
Oh man.
Okay, so if you go to the pinelandalliance.org, okay, it's like a conservation page, and they talk about the Jersey Devil. It said that there were actually posses that were constantly formed to apprehend the devil, but to no avail. And at one point, as much as $100,000 was offered for the capture of the Jersey Devil, dead or alive. Several reports of the Jersey Devil's death also proved to be inconclusive, and even the scientific community cannot explain its existence. But once again, no one's explaining their actual encounters. It just says several people have encountered it. So, no one... Who are these several people? I feel like it's a chain letter,
Well, I feel like the Jersey Devil's it's the cryptid that everybody's seen, but nobody can tell you what their encounter was like. I mean, not everybody, but everybody around the area,
Yeah. That's the legend. It's the urban legend. Nobody personally has seen it, but everybody knows someone who has.
Right. It's like an SCP cryptid. I'm looking at something here about Weird Pine Barrens Cryptid Hike. Learn more. Sign up. The Pine Barrens are full of mysterious and unexplainable cryptids, from Bigfoot and the Jersey Devil to glowing orbs which float silently among the trees. So that was
sounds like a good group trip for us. Let's all
hike. I thought glowing orbs were ghosts. Sorry, I just took a shot and it tastes really bad.
They can be. It could be ball lightning. It could be will-o-wisp.
I tried to be delicate.
That's why you should drink only things that taste good.
I thought I grabbed watermelon, and I didn't. I grabbed peaches. I wasn't expecting the peach.
Okay. Even if it's something you like, if it's not the flavor that you're expecting, it tastes so bad.
Anyway. Continue.
So, there are books, by the way, so you can purchase the book, Legendary Pine Barrens, New Tales from Old Haunts. There's The Jersey Devil by James F. McCloy and Ray Miller Jr. There's Tales of the Jersey Devil by Jeffrey Gerard. There's 2 more here. Phantom of the Pines, More Tales of the Jersey Devil by James F. McCloy and Ray Miller. Didn't I just say that? Yeah. I guess it's the same one. It's just 2 books.
I'm trying to remember this guy's name, but there was a commander. Hold on. I'm trying to Google his name really quick. I know. Hold on. So, because there used to be a, hold on. I can't think and type at the same time.
Hold, please.
Hold, please.
Standby.
There'll be a little chupacabra doing a little spin.
Okay, there we go.
Or run in place.
He was a Commodore, Stephen Decatur. He went to the Hanover Iron Works, and this is actually a Jersey Devil in interaction story. So Commodore Decatur, he went to the Hanover Iron Works, which is in that Pine Barrens area, or used to be. And he was going there to check on the cannonballs and make sure that they were making correct cannonballs and all that stuff. And then he was like, well, I'm going to test this cannonball. And the Jersey Devil was flying around. And he was like, okay. So he shot the Jersey Devil with a cannonball and created a hole in the Jersey Devil. And there were so many witnesses, and everybody was talking about, yeah, he shot the Jersey Devil. So they thought that, he had killed the Jersey Devil, but that was back in I'm pretty sure the 1800s. Hold on. Let me double
Meanwhile,
check.
this poor
Yeah, it was
Grayson
18
Owl
it was
is
the
like flying around
1800s.
with a hole in it.
Yeah. So either there's multiple Jersey Devils, or since he is a devil child, he just corrected the cannonball hole and kept going. But I mean, either he killed a Jersey Devil, or it just, just
That
kept going.
sounds a lot like something from the Adventures of Baron Munchausen. In a way, just in general. I mean, it's this outlandish story. It's like, yeah, I got this cannon and I shot a hole through him. And what?
But there were multiple witnesses. That's the thing. Like, there were multiple witnesses being like, yeah, we literally watched him shoot a hole through this Jersey Devil with a cannonball.
But like, if I paid enough people, I could have multiple witnesses too to stuff.
See, and if you get a kite, then maybe they can take a picture of it.
It was the 1800s.
Shoot through the kite.
I mean, there might have been cameras back then, but not cameras fast enough to catch you blowing a hole through the Jersey Devil.
Okay, so like, think about the logic.
You were the ones that you had to sit still for an hour, and that's why nobody smiled.
Dad's like, he either killed one or he didn't.
Pull!
Either way.
Witnesses are going to do this time. So, okay, think about it this way. You got a cannon. All right, this is a cannon in what time? 1800s?
In the 1800s, early 1800s.
Okay, so those are like big cannonballs, right? They're probably
no, the balls can be small.
6 or 7 inches.
Yeah, it was a smaller cannonball.
Okay, so like
it was not a huge cannonball.
This like this big.
Yeah, it's not a bigger stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big hole going through the middle of you.
Yeah, all right. I'm 5'5". If something like this like impacted me, it's not going to be a hole. I'm going to like explode a little bit. You don't know like
that.
You're not going to get a hole and keep flying.
Okay, but can you fly?
I literally just said I'm not going to get a hole and keep flying.
Yeah,
but are you born
can you really fly? See, if you can't fly, then maybe you can't survive a cannon.
Are you a 13th cursed child?
No.
You're the third, and you're not cursed.
Look at Mike. He goes, back in the 1800s, your witnesses depend on how good your booze was.
I mean, I kind of hope people that were like shooting cannonballs weren't super drunk, but
okay, well, let's rethink this statement. People who were shooting cannonballs and there wasn't a war going on at the moment. They were just shooting cannonballs.
They were testing the cannonballs. He was literally going there to inspect the ironworks and the cannonballs to make sure that they were doing their job correctly for war.
So he was like a professional ball inspector.
He was a professional ball inspector, yes.
Sorry, I really wanted to
There's lots of important jobs in the Navy, and one of them is being a ball inspector, okay?
I mean, you also have the rear admiral. So, but let's get back to the fact that this dude was a Commodore, right?
He was.
I just gotta say,
he's the boss, and he's
views went
describing
from,
what's going on. Do you seriously think the others are going to be like, no, they're going to be like, yeah, sure.
I mean, whether or not it was a devil, he probably shot something.
That poor owl was just trying to like go about its life.
It was a sandhill crane.
I gotta say, like in this like 1 minute time period, our views went from like 12 to like 8, back up to like 13, and then 12 in like 30 seconds.
We lost them.
People don't like our jokes about balls.
I think they like it and they don't like it and they don't want to admit it because they secretly came back to watch it.
If you don't like immature innuendos, then this is not the show for you.
I mean, we're talking about military and cannons and explosions and
schnapps
and holes this size and cryptids.
Oh my goodness. Well, so apparently that is what our only actual encounter that people have of witnessing the Jersey Devil then, right?
I would say that's the most documented, other than the like birth, which has different stories. I think that is the most documented encounter. Yeah, is the one with Commodore Decatur. Oh, but there is also Napoleon Bonaparte's brother had an encounter with the Jersey Devil too. You guys, see, I was still in work mind mode when I started this episode, and now I'm remembering the things that I remember. So
Rachel says she's
I think his name was John Bonaparte. Hold on.
I just looked up sympathy for the Jersey Devil.
No. Oh, it was Joseph Bonaparte. Okay. But he was Napoleon Bonaparte's brother.
Was he taller or shorter?
I don't know. It doesn't talk about his height.
Oh, really?
But yeah, so Joseph Bonaparte, he was Napoleon's older brother. He was the ex-king of Spain. That part didn't come up in my other research, but he was the ex-king of Spain.
How did he become an ex-king?
I don't know.
Usually it involves death.
But he didn't die. He just went to the United States. And so he abdicated his throne, apparently. He went into exile. So I think that he was kicked out, but not killed. So in 1813, he was exiled to the United States, and he purchased 800 acres of land near Bordentown, New Jersey.
He was an
avid deer hunter and could often be found hunting in the woods on his property. And during one such, and yes, I am reading right now, sorry, but during one such excursion, he came upon some rather remarkable tracks in the snow. And the tracks ended abruptly, and he thought whatever had left them had suddenly taken flight. He examined the tracks, unable to decide what could have made them, then was startled by the sound of a loud hissing coming from behind him. He turned to face the strange noise, only to discover that a large winged creature with a horse-like head was at his flank. He stared at the creature until it hissed at him again and beat its wings, taking off into the air. He was so surprised that he forgot he had a rifle and never thought to shoot it. And then when he related the experience to his friend, he was told that he'd encountered the famous Jersey Devil. So that's another pretty well documented one. Joseph Bonaparte saw it in 1813, which is a similar time frame as to when Commodore Decatur shot it with a cannonball.
Yeah. And actually I was reading something similar to that at about the same time. It was like in italics on the one that I was on for the Cryptid Wiki. And it also was referenced by the Lenape tribes, calling the area Popusing, meaning the place of the dragon. The Swedish explorers later named it Drake Kill, Drake being a word for dragon and kill meaning channel or arm of the sea, river, stream, Dutch. And then, according to AmericanFolklore.net, Joseph Bonaparte, elder brother of Napoleon, is also claimed to have witnessed the Jersey Devil while hunting. So, yeah, I mean, but that was weird.
Or do you think it's just kind of a sibling rivalry type of thing at that point, where you're like, well, Napoleon did something cool, so I need to have a cool story.
Right?
Yeah, but he didn't even, he had to be told later that was the Jersey Devil. Like, he wasn't aware of...
Well, that's what he said.
Stories. But he wasn't aware of the stories. He's like, he came up with, but he saw whatever he saw. The Jersey Devil. He saw the Jersey Devil. He had no ideas of it. Like, he had never been told the stories. He didn't even know there were stories at the time of that thing. So he's just like, oh, I was out hunting and I saw this thing. And he described it to his friend, and his friend was like, oh, that's the Jersey Devil. So it's not like he went there with no prior knowledge.
Just to play devil's advocate, it could also be he was like, hey, I'm going to come up with this really cool idea that's going to make me stand out to everyone. And then he tells people that, and they're like, that's the Jersey Devil. And he's like, damn it.
You mean the Jersey Devil advocate?
The Jersey Devil advocate.
So in cryptozoology, the Jersey Devil is one of those weird creatures that many investigators prefer to ignore.
Okay.
This is one we should have
Jersey Devil.
I know.
what's his face that we had on our previous one when we were talking about Bigfoot and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm like secretly having a battle with Indy right now.
It's not so secret, just so you know.
yeah, no, we can totally see.
Right here.
Sup, cat? Rawr.
He keeps trying to go after this rock. I don't know why. But it's a rock that Addie gave me, and he's trying to like bat it across the whole desk. He's back up here again. Motherfucker. This like the last 5 minutes has been me battling this cat over this rock. I don't know what's happening. So I'm sorry if I took away from that, but
Maybe you should like put the rock in your pocket or something so he
I
doesn't
don't
know where
have
it is.
pockets. I'm wearing leggings. You know, y'all, I'm wearing pants.
Put it in your ponytail. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with ideas, okay? Put it in your ponytail.
I'm waiting for the cat to climb up.
It kind of hurts.
Now you just a rockhead.
Rachel says it looks like a ball. And then Dad's like kind of like a chupacabra. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to distract, but he was distracting. Londa, I'm not wearing one. Okay.
Neither am I.
Rikki.
It's a bra-free show.
You're up. I don't need to be wearing anything else. I think we talked about it on another episode.
They were talking about phantom kangaroos. Now, this was in 1934 near South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. But, a lot of them were kangaroo stuff reported by several witnesses over a 5-day period. Killed and partially devoured several animals, including ducks, geese, a German shepherd police dog, and other dogs. Yeah.
The dog.
Kangaroos are typically unaggressive and vegetarian. But
that's what I thought.
Some witness described it like a large kangaroo running and leaping across the field.
That would be pretty terrifying.
Yep.
Like,
the search party followed the animals' tracks to a mountainside cave where they stopped.
So maybe once upon a time in America, there were kangaroos with wings. Yeah, don't hug kangaroos. You'll never get out of that hug.
Yeah. Talk to Crystal's mom.
She'll tell you all about it. So maybe there used to be kangaroos here in America, but they were a little bit different from Australian kangaroos, and they had wings. And then because we're humans, we killed them all.
Yeah.
And maybe the Jersey Devil was just winged kangaroos that are now extinct.
A fairy puka in a bad mood.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at sightings and stuff. So 1909 sightings and stuff. They were talking about, where did I miss that? It's something about the dung. Yeah. So it is rumored that the Philadelphia Zoo posted a $10,000 reward for the creature's dung. The offer prompted a variety of hoaxes, including a kangaroo with artificial wings.
Okay, well.
But they were offering money for the dung?
Huh?
I would have just collected some, in
1909,
I don't know if gloves were
quite a bit.
But I would have collected dung from like multiple animals and mixed it together and been like, where's my $10,000?
Yeah, or just your own. Like, you don't have to go hunting for it. Just get your own. Make some money, pay that bill.
Yeah, but you got to eat some really weird stuff.
Like berries.
And you have to mess with how it looks, like so that it doesn't look like human.
Yeah, you just heard.
Throw some feathers in there.
Some bones.
This has gone to crap. Forget bull crap. Now we've got Jersey Devil crap.
I would really like to say, because I know we have some new viewers this time because our viewer count is like way higher than it normally is. So I would like to say I'm so sorry to our new viewers, but
and to our parents.
Usual for us.
We don't usually talk about dung, but I really think that's the only thing that's like off track.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, it allegedly attacked a trolley car in Haddon Heights and a social club in Camden.
Wait, what?
It attacked a trolley car in Haddon Heights and a social club in Camden. Police in Camden and Bristol, Pennsylvania, supposedly fired on the creature to no effect. So there we go.
Cannonball?
Maybe the cannonball doesn't affect it.
I mean, other than putting a hole through it, it doesn't seem to have affected it. But it seems to have healed the hole. So,
Yeah. Maybe it's similar to oh crap, now I can't even think of the name of that horror show with
Death Becomes Her.
I was thinking about Death Becomes Her
Although,
too.
yeah, that works too.
She had a nice big hole and she survived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, right?
I think it was
instead of a cannonball, Bethany.
Instead of a cannonball, it was actually a spear that that went through it, right? When she sat down on the
Death
couch.
Becomes Her, she had like a big ass hole.
Yeah.
Was it a cannonball? Like what? I don't feel like a spear would make that hole. What made the
hole?
Well, no,
but when she sat down on the couch, there was a spear that one of them had chucked at the other, and it went through the hole.
It just went through the
practical
hole.
Effect. Yeah.
I feel like that's the movie I need to watch tonight now.
Jeepers Creepers. That's what I was thinking of.
I haven't watched.
No one shot a cannonball at the creeper.
Well, they shot a lot of stuff, but he healed through it and all that. Like the
especially in some of the sequels, like they cut parts off and he regenerates. I totally think here's the thing:
he ate those body parts.
The Jersey Devil is literally a demon child, literally a child of the devil. That's like if you go back to Mother Leeds and that story, it's literally a cursed demon child. So why shouldn't he be able to regenerate?
That's true. We don't know his skills.
Yeah. I mean, he's already lived for over 300 years. Why shouldn't he be able to regenerate when he gets a cannonball through him?
But there was alleged thoughts of his death too, so.
There's multiple legends saying that he died and he was killed, but he's still around.
Maybe he has a horde of kangaroo that fly, and they're just perpetuating it from here on.
Like offspring. It doesn't have to be the same Jersey Devil.
Oh, he's not. So it's not just one Jersey Devil. It's just so he imported. He created. And he's been mating with the kangaroos. Is what you're saying?
The American kangaroos.
The Jersey Devil mates with American kangaroos and creates more Jersey Devils.
That's why they can fly.
And that's why they stick in the Pine Barrens, because they're like, no, if we go too far,
I feel like the
kangaroo going to spread too far.
That gets picked to be part of lineage is like the Mary Magdalene of it, where it's like, y'all are not going to believe what happened to me, like it's just it tries to tell its friends and no one understands.
It's like I was just hopping around in the woods.
I know.
This devil came from nowhere.
This devil came and impregnated me.
Ooh, here's something different. Okay. So according to Native American folklore, the creature now known as the Jersey Devil was originally a spirit called Missing by the Lenni Lenape tribe, which I do remember talking about the Lenape tribe before, who inhabit the Pine Barrens of New Jersey. Legend is based. They consider it a mysterious force that gave life to the wild plants and animals in the area, and would perform ceremonies to honor it, highlighting a connection between the creature and the indigenous beliefs before the European settlers arrived.
Okay.
So that one's a different take on it.
A little different.
I just want to clarify, I don't know what was just seen of what I did, but all I did was throw a scrunchie at my cat. I swear I'm not abusing her. I was just trying to distract her so she would stop scratching the carpet.
The Jersey Devil made you do it.
The Jersey Devil made me do it.
I'm going to take a second.
Now she's playing with the scrunchie, so she's obviously not harmed.
I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to leave the studio for like 2 minutes or so because actually my delivery is here and I have to sign for it.
Okay.
Because it's 7:04, so I thought we'd be done. So I'm going to leave the studio. Y'all keep chatting. I will be right back.
Well, let me continue with this then.
Yeah. Okay.
So with the Native American stuff, see, the earliest legends of the Jersey Devil are linked to the Lenni Lenape tribe, missing spirit, powerful being associated with the Pine Barrens. As the European settlers came to the area, their interpretations of the missing legend evolved into the more monstrous Jersey Devil figure, which potentially reflects the cultural clashes and displacement of the indigenous people. The Lenape did not build villages in the Pine Barrens due to their belief in the powerful spirits like Missing that inhabited the area. And today's popular Jersey Devil narrative often lacks the nuanced Native American interpretations, focusing more on the fearsome creature aspect. So,
I mean, that sounds about right. That the Native Americans would be more nuanced, and so I think that all makes sense.
And back to what Rachel said, kind of a fae type, possibility. It's rumored that the Jersey Devil's weakness is iron. So
why didn't the iron cannonball kill him then?
Or it's while he's immune to other kinds of weapons, anything iron causes him pain. Even an iron bucket causes the beast to flinch. I don't know where that one came from. That'd be kind of cool to find.
Maybe he doesn't like iron. I'm just guessing that the cannonball was made out of iron because it was the Iron Works. I don't know if that's accurate, but maybe that's why he doesn't like iron, is because he was shot through with an iron cannonball.
Right.
I wouldn't like iron anymore if I got shot through with an iron cannonball.
Well,
I'd be pretty upset.
Yeah, and what about whitewashing, a Native American belief system with the, European colonialization? I mean, it's not like this didn't happen to everything else.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've totally whitewashed and taken over all kinds of things from the natives because, colonialism.
Yeah. Manifest destiny. Let's take over and make it our own.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to get too far into talking about the ills of colonialism because that's a whole nother topic. And
oh my word. Yeah, we are not the show for that.
This is not the show at all for that. But no, I think that it does make sense. And, I don't think it's surprising at all that there's similar stories of a similar creature in Native American lore around that area, because it's the same thing with other cryptids here. Like, you go back to Bigfoot and everything, and there's plenty of Native American folklore that goes back describing very similar creatures for centuries beforehand. So maybe the Jersey Devil isn't a cryptid brought over by the white man. Maybe it's just another stolen thing from the natives.
I mean, why
I
not?
wouldn't be surprised. I don't put it past white people at all.
Yep. Just like the American kangaroos with wings.
Yeah. I think the American kangaroos with wings exist, though. I think they're the real Jersey Devil.
Did you get your package?
I just had the most... I'm sorry. So she delivered my order. It's totally different from everything else, but she delivered my order and I saw she had a shirt on. I was like, oh, you like New Kids on the Block? And she's like, oh my God, I love them. And she went on to tell me about a concert that she was just at not too long ago with New Kids on the Block. And she was there and she was like, not Joe. She's like, Joe is my guy. He's the one I was excited for. And he started to come down the stairs into the concert, into the area where she was at. And she was about to meet him. And then somebody pushed her down the stairs. Yeah. And and she's like, I was so embarrassed. I was like, I would have like this. I would have been laying hands on that.
What did she have to be embarrassed about? She got pushed.
I know.
Embarrassed about that.
Fault. Yeah. And she's like, I was kind of hoping he would see it, but at the same time, I'm really glad he didn't. And I'm like, oh my God, girl. The whole thing happened in the 30 seconds I was gone.
So did the spider let you take the package?
Oh, we're not going to talk about that stupid tarantula who is hoarding packages. What's funny is I made a Snapchat out of that. For anyone who doesn't know, totally, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I'm sorry. I'm changing the whole conversation right now.
Oh, we were talking about colonialism. It's fine.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, we're good. No, I had a package that was being delivered between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. And to some people that's early, but to me that's my normal business hours. And I went to go get the package, and there was a tarantula like guarding the package. And I'm not going out there because it's so big. Started climbing up the walls, and he started like sitting on the wall ready to pounce on me. And I made a Snapchat, and then I called Crystal, and I was like, "Don't watch my Snapchat."
I'm sorry, she did.
Totally,
and I said, "Okay, I won't."
Yeah, I was like, whatever you do, don't watch it.
So
big too. It was like the huntsman
Okay,
spider.
Wanda, I see that.
I was going to too, but we never got to it. Sorry.
There's no
Came back
secrets. I
too
just
fast.
tell you guys everything. Literally.
But like, just so people are aware, she's not over exaggerating about tarantulas jumping.
No.
Because
No.
they will.
Yeah.
I have seen it happen. And it's
Mother
horrifying.
Fudger was right next to my packages here. He was right here. And I opened the door, and then I immediately closed it because he was like, bet, right? Like he's like, what's up? Right? They get on their feet. And then after I closed the door, I checked like 10 minutes later, and he wasn't here. He was now right here.
Nope.
On the wall.
Nope.
And he was like, hey, what's
Nope.
up? Like,
Gorgeous. Crikey. Now,
no,
as you
I
can
don't
see.
poke spiders like him. Like, I don't do that. I'm like, nope. I live in your space. You're good.
Well, the great thing, though, is that means that your area will be clear of a lot of the scorpions and stuff.
That is true. I will take a tarantula over a scorpion anytime.
Yeah.
Like, hands down.
So,
Yeah.
and I know, Crystal, sorry, but what was funny is I found
Like,
out
I just don't want either.
there are
And now I live where there's that I won't get either. There's still spiders,
Right.
but there's not tarantulas. There's not scorpions. I moved away from that.
well, and sorry, Crystal, but what's funny is there are sounding like that in parentheses. Yeah. There are larger spiders that will keep little frogs as pets to
Yes.
eat the other bugs that are too small for them. Just to
I've
keep
heard
them
of
from being
that.
annoyed.
They
I've
have
heard
a
of that.
pet frog.
Which, as much as I hate spiders, that is kind of cute.
I know. That frog's like, this is my bitch, yo. Like,
I'm okay with the frog, but can the pet frog keep his spider owner away from me?
exactly.
Like, I just don't need that.
Yeah, Londa doesn't believe us. She's like, no. Anyway, I don't know where you guys were at with the Jersey Devil.
We're talking about Native American legends that have a creature similar to the Jersey Devil. I think we were talking about that before you went to pick up your order.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like the Jersey Devil it might just be like a hodgepodge of legends thrown
Mhm.
together. You know, like there's so many different. You've got, when you think of the colonialists coming over with their ideas and the inhabitants already here with the natives with their ideas, and then you just get like some random person with a creative mind creating their ideas, and you mix it all up, and you've got the Jersey Devil. I mean, you've got like a hoofed footed creature with wings, with the face of a horse and the body of a kangaroo. Like,
And there was, so, you know, because it was initially called the Leeds Devil, and there was a family. There was Dan Leeds and his wife. He actually had two wives because one died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so one died and he got remarried. And he did have kids, but he died in like 1720. So he died 15 years before the like Jersey Devil stories really started going in 1735. And that was always the thing. They were like, oh, it was born in 1735 to Mrs. Leeds. And it's like, okay, but in 1735, there no longer was a Mrs. Leeds. Unless maybe Dan Leeds died and then she went and married somebody else and had a bunch more kids. Because
that could be
13 kids, man.
Forget Octomon.
Right? Honestly, if I
Native
was...
Americans also have their own version of the fake creatures, like tiny gnome creatures that live in caves.
Yeah. But I mean, if I was on my 13th pregnancy, I probably would ask for a devil child as well. Just maybe it'll kill me and I'll be done.
I'm
I
like,
can't imagine giving birth to that many people.
Yo,
girl, I mean,
girl. He's all girl.
Is this
I
like?
can't imagine giving birth to one people. One people.
That's even if it's less. 13 years worth of births at least, or unless it's like 9 months, then that's like almost 10 years. But still, 9 months.
No, that's like 13.
No, but okay, so here's the thing. I know we say that pregnancy is 9 months, but it's actually 10 months. Can we just be actual
like
about that?
2 months of like
a human pregnancy is 40 weeks. That is not 9 months. That is 10 months. And then
I think that's a solid 13 years right there.
Yeah, it's pretty much a solid 13 years because even if you do get pregnant really fast, and I do know people that have gotten pregnant within a month or so, like you still have to ovulate again. So it's not like you're going to be popping out a kid and then the next day getting pregnant. So it would be 13 years of pregnancy. That's enough for anybody to curse whatever's growing in their belly, honestly.
Pretty much. Yeah. So to wrap up, we all have sympathy for Mrs. Leeds.
Yep. We understand why she did it.
Yeah. No hate to her. We're like, you know what? The fact you went to 13, we're shocked. So that's a lot. Yeah.
She was a strong woman too.
Yeah.
Because death in childbirth was super common back then. So not only did she give birth to 13 kids, she survived birth to 13 kids.
Yeah.
No,
and back then
there were 13 kids. If there were more and some of them didn't survive, then that's a lot more births still.
Or maybe not all of her 13 survived too.
Yeah, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything in the legend that says how many of those 13 survived. Just that the devil was her 13th.
Yeah.
I was
actually
wrong,
thinking, but I didn't see anything about that.
Right. I was thinking back on the Fae aspect. There are certain Fae that will changelings and stuff that will, or the fetch, where they will be into your place to kind of take over your area, and they would take out, usually it's replacing a kid or something like that.
Yeah.
But then there's also the fetch, which is put there. And you saw Hellboy 2?
Yes.
No.
Or no.
A while ago.
No, I'm sorry. The revamp.
That was the Golden Army was Hellboy 2.
Sorry, the revamp of Hellboy, the bad one.
The reboot?
I haven't seen the reboot.
I saw that one.
Okay, all right. Well, the beginning of that, he basically is doing that. He's working with a changeling there. So
yeah. I'm trying to figure out, Londa, what do you mean by my nephew?
Is he the Jersey Devil?
or is it changeling?
Was he a fetch or a fae or what?
He's a changeling.
That's a strong accusation.
Next time have him hold something iron or silver. See how it works.
There you go.
Toss a cannonball at him. See what happens.
Yeah, toss a cannonball.
Here, catch. It's an iron cannonball.
Well, on that note, I think we've chatted. I think we had a pretty good episode. I was worried we weren't gonna have enough to talk about, and
I know, right?
Over.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
You know this is recorded live, right? We post this. No, I think we had enough. I think we actually went pretty far into the Jersey Devil as much as we could with the information that we had, because it seems like a lot of information is conclusive on what it looks like, but there's not too many actual encounters that are documented.
All the most well-documented encounters happened back in the 1800s. So
right, in which case people can easily mistranslate or just bribe someone on what they saw. So
there I was.
But if you're in the Pine Barrens in Jersey, just be on the lookout. You never know what you're going to see. Maybe you'll see a kangaroo with some leather wings. Maybe you'll see a Jersey Devil with a cannonball hole going through it.
Yeah. Or a clown looking like it from Stephen King.
That's mean. It's a couple hundred miles away.
Mike, thank you. He says, have a great week, everyone, and find the things that make you smile. So thank you, Mike, for all the positivity. He's always there with the positivity. Unless we miss a show, then he's right there.
And Steampunk Con, right? You guys are definitely doing a thing on that?
I have not gotten my confirmation email on it. Here it is again, if you can see it.
And it's going to be in Tucson in March.
Yeah.
I think it's really funny that it's a March con, but it's a Halloween theme. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Like she was so excited. She's like, "You'll be my only spooky author there." And I'm like, "Ooh, I'm spooky." Like I was so excited about that.
Okay, Spooky Molder.
Right? I'll take it. Which I might watch X-Files now tonight. That seems kind of fun.
Which is funny because an FBI agent was also known as a spook.
That is true. You know, we should have Scott on here sometime with the CIA stuff that he was talking about.
What if we got Uncle Gary?
I mean,
I don't have anything to say to that.
Uncle Gary is more of a conspiracy theory. We should have Uncle Gary and
I told you! We should have Uncle Gary!
Uncle Gary and Scott, and we will all just sit back and eat popcorn. We won't have to say anything. Those two will just go at it.
We'll sit back and eat s'mores.
Our shows that we actually have planned.
Right.
So our next show is probably going to be The Bell Witch then?
I think so. Yeah, that was our backup for today. So I think The Bell Witch are like kind of what you were talking about, like English folklore, English.
The Two Princes in the Tower. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got ideas going through my head. I don't always have them, so I'm getting them all out while they're there.
Yeah. And then I know we're going to have the next episode coming up, and then we'll probably go through maybe October. And then after that, we'll probably go on our hiatus, getting ready for season 3. We'll always have like a holiday episode, you know, on there, but I think we'll probably go till the end of October for that, for our next few episodes. So
are we also due for a Supernatural season?
I thought we did one this one. We did Supernatural season 2, didn't we?
Oh, yes. Is that the one that we recorded, but it didn't work?
Wait,
what?
Did it? We'll have to look back and find out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. If we haven't done Supernatural this season, we've done Supernatural this season though.
I thought we did it for my birthday.
Oh yeah, that was your birthday episode. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was your birthday. I mean, I knew we did it, but there was that one episode that we tried to pre-record and it didn't work.
Well, yeah, but that was something else that we ended up pushing back to. Like, I think we did cover that on the following episode.
Anyway, I'm sure nobody actually cares about this other than us. So we don't have to have this conversation.
I like how Rachel's like, yeah, it was your birthday.
Just keeping us on it.
I'm like, I'm sure none of the people watching actually care about when we did Supernatural.
All you new people, just so you know, because we do actually have quite a few new people on here. Our view count is actually really cool.
Okay, that's fair.
But we do have a lot of new people on here. We do offer a Supernatural episode with every one of our seasons. So season 1, we did Supernatural season 1. This season 2, we did Supernatural season 2. So obviously our next season we'll do Supernatural season 3. We're a little obsessed with it and we kind of like it. It's a good show. So that's always part of our shows right there. That's what we were talking about. But for all of our new viewers, thank you so much for watching us. I can tell that y'all were watching us because I've been watching this view count go up and down. And like we've reached the highest amount of views that we have on any episode that we've had before. So thank you so much to everyone who has joined us for the first time. I would like to say that we normally stay on topic, but we don't. Like, this is us. We go
and good day back to you, Doc Fried.
Yeah.
we do go on tangents, but we do always talk about our topic. Yes, we always have a good time. We appreciate that you're here. We're here every other Tuesday. We're coming up towards the end of our season, but we'll at least be here through the end of October.
Yep.
So we hope that you join us again.
Absolutely. And then Rikki will teach me how to edit videos so I can get the Jerome ghost hunting video put together and I can get the Comic-Con put together. So once again, if you are joining us from Comic-Con, please message us or make a comment or anything like that. So that way I can tag you in that video that comes up because I didn't even think about it. I should have asked for people's social media stuff so I could tag them in it. But you know, it was my first con and that's how we learn. So
you live and you learn.
Interpreted in a lot of ways. Anyway, Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Thank you for everyone who stuck around, and all of our new people. Thank you for joining us. And we will see you in 2 weeks when we talk about the Bell Witch and whatever shenanigans we come up with at the time.
Oh, and happy Friday the 13th this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Happy
Friday the 13th. I
All
hope
right.
everyone enjoys it.
Exactly. All right. Bye, guys.